Yo, what is up, everybody? It's Sme45. We are back with the Let's Get Sticky show, and we have True Beast Mode coming in for the interview tonight. He is a COD guy, and he does some special stuff that we're going to learn about while we do the interview. And I'm grateful to have him on here because what he does that is so special, awesome. So I'm going to let him introduce himself, let him give you a little background on himself. Take it away.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate the opportunity to be on the show, man. It means a lot to me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm TruBeastMode31. I'm a J4L elite streamer. I'm also the founder of the Beast Initiative Push esports and gaming program I do for the youth in my community. And our mission is to bring community together through gaming. It's been 2 years now since we started the whole program. It's basically it's exactly what I do. I stream on behalf of that program, and 100% of the proceeds that I make from streaming go straight into the program. We are all about bringing the community together through gaming. We host different community game nights. We have hosted different tournaments, different esports tournaments. We also taught a lot of our youth leadership team how to organize and host different gaming events so they can have that under their belt as well. So it's a big component of who I am, and I'm a big person about community. I'm all about trying to get people together and trying to make sure people understand that they are a part of something and they feel included as much as possible. So that's a quick rundown of who I am and what I do and why I kind of do it. But yeah.
All right. So first question we're gonna get into is what got you into streaming?
Man, I actually had a friend in college. I was one of the resident assistants, and I had one coworker who was a streamer. I didn't know what it was about, but she was a big gamer. She had the green screen behind her, the custom PC. It looked cool. I didn't understand anything of it, but just watching her, listening to her about what she does and how she's doing it, and how she's building community around it, really piqued my interest. But it didn't come. I didn't really get into it until like I said, 2 years. 2 years ago when I first started this program, and I had this idea to figure out how can we extend our mission and our movement a little bit broader instead of just in my hometown. And I thought I reached out to her, and she mentioned that hey, Twitch is the way to go. So I'm like, all right, I'll try it out, see how it goes. And I started getting on Twitch for a little bit, and had some of my youth get on some games to play, had my family get on there, have some fun for a little bit, and it started to grow. You know, a community within itself started to grow from there too. So, but yeah, it's been a great journey so far. It's been a really, really interesting journey so far.
Now, as you say, you do a lot of stuff in your community with the youth, which is huge to me. I love it. I've been on your team on that one since the first time I met you and found out about it. I'm
Yes,
big
sir.
on that because of the fact that need leaders in our communities like yourself, for the kids that don't have their fathers or their mothers around, somebody to give them some type of direction. Um, Especially where you're from, there's a lot of crime, a lot of young kids getting in trouble very early in age, um,
Exactly.
in your city, which is it's not cool, but it's kind of cool that we've met because we actually found out that we live like 15, 20 minutes from each other.
It's crazy. Small world. Small world.
It is. It is. It's crazy how it happens. But
Mhm.
um, with the gaming stuff, I feel as it really relates to the youth.
Mhm.
And now, are you trying to drive anything from them being on them getting involved with you, Twitch, or are you trying to drive just having that someone to look up to and give them somebody to kind of like different way than what they may be seeing?
So the way I see my city, my hometown in general, is we're always behind in things. We're so behind in so many things and just around the world. And I'm like, I'm tired of being the last city. It feels like that to hop on a bandwagon or whatever. Esports has been around for years now, and nobody, I wouldn't say nobody, but rarely anybody in my hometown has ever heard of it. So with me pushing the idea of the esports and getting kids to understand the possibilities out there and the different job opportunities out there, we're starting to really get kids to understand that you don't have to be a jock. You don't have to be a football player, a basketball player, a baseball player to succeed in life. You can. There's other options out there. If you're a gamer, it's okay to be a gamer. I know we had so many different parents battle against like me on Facebook, like, hey, my kids play video games for 2 hours. Like, that's great, completely fine. I'm not gonna tell you how to, parent your kid, but they don't see the benefit between like out of gaming. Um, I try to have some conversations with some parents, let them know that there's different skills that kids can actually build from gaming, teamwork, communication skills, leadership skills when it comes and like problem solving skills. There's so many different things that they can learn from gaming, but so a lot of parents didn't understand that until they got into this program, and we actually started bringing things down. Like Fortnite was a hard one to crack for some of the parents because they see their kids play that all the time, and they're dancing, doing the Fortnite dances. My nephew's one of them. I gotta admit that one. But there's so many different things. There's so many different things that they can learn from these games, or different skills they can work on through these different games. We also had opportunity to take the kids up to Harrisburg University, who is by far the best collegiate level esports team in the nation. It is proven. The Overwatch team went undefeated last year and got the title, the ESPN title. So we had a chance to go up there, take a big group of kids. I think we had 15 to 20 kids with us. Took them up there to see their training facility, talk to the coaches, talk to the players, and they were able to see physically the possibilities for them to go to the next level in the college level esports, and even commentating and coaching and analyzing, and there's so many different opportunities out there, but they didn't know about it because nobody educated them. So that's a huge component of what we're trying to do with this program, is to make sure the kids understand that there are so many opportunities out there in esports, and the field is only going to grow from now on. It's still, in my eyes, still in its infancy, and there are always going to be games out there that are going to become competitive. And this is a perfect opportunity to get the kids to understand that there are opportunities out there to shine. So
Yeah, there's definitely is. I mean, I think a lot of people, don't understand it. Like parents don't understand it. Wife doesn't understand it. Uh, but I think my wife is finally coming into terms and starting to see what's happening, like with myself and people that I interact with, like with the show that we have going now. Um, that there's just like in gaming and then podcasts and different things, like where the avenues of money lies inside of it. You can
oh yeah,
actually make a living off of it. I mean, and I really give it up to Ninja. That's who I give it up to. You know what I mean?
yes,
I
yes,
give it up to that guy. Like a lot of people hate on him. Like, yeah, he might say some dumb stuff. We all do. We all make the
yeah.
mistakes. On
We're
his
human,
level, on his level, it's a different world because he's the mega superstar. So
Yeah,
they're not allowed to say these things that we are allowed to say and don't get in trouble for it. But I feel as he did what he's done for us, even like it trickles down to us. As much as people want to say, "Oh no, it doesn't hurt us because he's so big, he takes this, he takes that." No, it doesn't. That opened up the door for sponsors. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
Reebok jumping in. Reebok's been a new one that's really getting in. I know.
Yeah,
I think I know four or five people that are now partner,
that's
and
incredible.
just being recent. And then like, and that's the thing. That stuff trickles down. Like it'll trickle. Like as you grow your content, I grow my content.
Mhm.
We move up in tiers. Like that's how I
Yep.
look at it. There's different tiers of how we go through this journey, and that stuff's gonna fall to us. You know what I mean? They're eventually gonna be like, "Look, I need another person. Let's go get this guy, or let's go find somebody, or ask for a recommendation of and who we can get with, and see if we can find um another person to put it on as a partner." And
Exactly.
I truthfully feel as if Ninja doesn't explode the way it does, it brings so many views into the streaming world and
Mhm.
open up the eyes. I don't think we're at where we're at right now. I
I
truthfully
agree.
don't. And
I agree.
that's what I like. I talk like as you get with the youth, and I get on my little brother so much because my little brother is so good at like
Mhm.
Black Ops 3. It was a god. I mean,
Oh
a
man.
god. Like he was. I look at it like I know where I was. Like I played back in the day. I played competitive, but competitive is a little bit more. When we played, I don't know. You still play competitive. I don't play competitively, but when I played back in was like Modern Warfare 2, play
Oh
competitively.
wow, the good one,
So
the good one.
so back then, where it is now is a total different ball game. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, back then, yeah, I was good. I played with a regular controller. I played with a regular what was that? PS3 controller? PS2? I forget when
Something
that
like
was out.
yeah.
I forget when it was
PlayStation
out.
2?
But I played with one of those regular controllers. And there was
Yeah.
none of these little extra scuffs or any modded controller. Like it was all you. Like you had to put in the work. You had to figure out how your sticks worked, how to get them, how to make everything move the way you want it to move.
Exactly.
So that's the type of competitive player now. Now you move into this other stuff. They got paddles on the back of this stuff and they allow it. And I'm like, well, how am I to be good if I don't use one of these controllers? I mean,
Exactly.
I now have the Astro controller, but I still to this day have not even like got anything set up on it. I just play with the controller, but it is a lot more accurate than.
It just takes time, man.
But like
It takes a lot of time.
when we get from when we travel from back then to now, these guys are making millions of dollars,
Yes.
millions, and like my wife gets on me sometimes because I have a daughter that is really good, 7 years old, but really good. Like if she sits there and puts her mind to it, she wrecks people, goes hard. Like, and I'm just like, I try to like put it in her mind, but it's hard to because she's 7 years old. Get her
Yeah.
concept it. I'm like, you know how ninja is? You could be like that, put in the time. And like she plays a lot, but she's not on a serious standpoint of it yet. I keep telling
Yeah.
my little brother the same thing. Is why don't you take it serious? I don't know
I
if
feel
you
like
have that same issue with kids or not.
I do. You know, we have some really good players out there right now. Like I had a kid that was so focused on Fortnite, he tried to teach me how to play. I'm not a builder in Fortnite. I'm a more of a Call of Duty player. I'll play that all day, every day. But when it comes to building and trying to catch up with them, I can't do it. I just feel physically cannot do it. But watching him do it and watching him teach me the different techniques and different ways to do things on the keyboard and mouse and also the controller. Like these kids are super dedicated to the game. So I'm like, do you understand that you have an opportunity right now to improve on your skills and actually compete at a level that you don't even know about this game. Like this, you have so many opportunities right now, like that are planted in front of you to excel in a industry that is going to embrace who you are as a gamer and as a person. Um, but have similar to your daughter, I have a 9-year-old niece. I think at the time she was 8. We had a Mario Kart tournament. Mario Kart isn't like a typical esport at all, but the competitiveness, even if with family and friends, it's still there. She whipped everybody's butt in that game. Like I had adults playing against her. She played against everybody. It was insane, and she was on it. Like this little girl, like kids nowadays are learning a lot faster than we are. Especially with the new technology, the new controllers out there, and they're willing to sit down for hours to understand how things feel in their hands and how the buttons are going to work and how things are actually going to make their character
Yeah,
move.
like how to grip it and different grips that you can
Exactly.
use. Like
Exactly. They're
when I
still
was watching, I was learning some of that stuff like that too. Like you see these
Mhm.
kids grab the controller, and I'm looking at how they're holding the controller. How are you even playing, bro? Like I've got people up here like got their fingers all crisscross the
I
buttons and
can't.
stuff. I'm like, bro, look, I'm grabbing this thing and I'm holding this
Yeah.
like I normally do. Like I'm not even like I've been playing for too long to switch up to anything.
Yeah, I can't. I have to. Yeah, like they do the claw thing now. Like
Yeah,
if
that
you
claw thing is
control this,
unreal.
how do they? I can't. I can't do it. Makes me feel uncomfortable with my fingers.
I
I can't
mean,
do that.
I'm like this. Like this is my hands. I'm like this, and my hands go underneath. Like that's it. Like I got
Yeah.
buttons on the butt on the back, but that's I don't even got them mapped yet. Like I don't even use them.
Oh, no.
But
Yeah, I can't.
uh, so with the youth stuff, like I said, I've been a big advocate. I'm always about it. Anytime you're doing charity, I try to get people over to you, or I'm trying to push something to you, like just to help out some which way. But
Appreciate that.
now what else do you do with the youth besides like the gaming stuff? Like, is there more to it than just being role model or trying to be friends with them? That the
Yeah.
reason why you do it, are some of these kids like from broken homes and stuff like that?
Mhm. There's a lot of them out there right now. Outside of this program, I'm a youth center director as well, at a local church, St. Matthew Lutheran Church, and they had they had this youth center here for over 50 years now. It's just going on 4 years since I've been there, and I had opportunity to talk to some of the kids about their lifetime, their life, and how things are going at home, and what's going on in their lives. There's a lot of fatherless kids out there. There's a lot of kids coming from broken homes, dealing with situations that force them to grow up way too quickly, and it's interesting with me and some of the mentors that I have alongside of me to help out with the youth. They're able to really open up with us, just playing a regular game. We'll play 2K with them, and we'll sit down and we'll actually have a one-on-one live conversation about what's going on. So it's actually an opportunity for us to not even worry about what game we're playing because we're enjoying that time. But it's an opportunity for us to figure out what can we do as a community to help the youth excel at the best opportunity possible. Um, if there's more time with homework, if there's more time with trying to figure out if they need a job, or if they got kicked out of school, how can they still get their diploma or GED afterwards? Like how can they navigate all throughout these systems um, without giving up in general? Because we've seen that, we'll see teenagers that are like right there at the graduating point, but something in their lives change. It flips a switch and changes their entire mindset of life, and they don't want to finish school. They don't want to finish anything. They just want to be in the streets and make quick money, and end up getting locked up. And there's a system to that kind of stuff. So um, we try our best to be a preventative method or opportunity or kind of system for the kids to understand that there are other opportunities to succeed in life, and you don't have to go down certain routes that you're quote unquote used to, or um, yeah, just basically used to, or seeing your family members going down that same route. So there's other opportunities out there to really excel in life. So um, outside of just playing games and all that stuff, we really try to do our best to understand that there's life is bigger than just video games. How can we get you connected to a person or a friend or a mentor or somebody that you can relate to through gaming, but it starts building relationships and friendships and and some kind of support system for them, and it's going very well with that. That's something that I really wanted to push, is make sure we have different support systems set up in different ways. Like, for example, I have a young girl who used to get in trouble a lot. She used to run the streets, just get in trouble and just fight for whatever reason. But she loves video games. She grew up with brothers around her. She's the only girl in her family, so we were able to we saw the leadership quality in her. So we were able to talk to her and kind of get her underneath my youth leadership team for the gaming program. And she has so many different ideas to bring gaming to the community. So we're like, all right, so if you have these ideas, let's go with them. We try to encourage her as much as possible and motivate her to understand that yes, you have so much potential. Use it in the right way. Use that leadership quality skills that you have in a more constructive way, and it's helping. It's helping. But
More about giving her an opportunity to show
exactly,
herself, not getting it from
exactly.
anywhere else.
Exactly. That's all we're trying to do is, like I said, we're trying to build those opportunities, making sure the kids understand that there are plenty of opportunities to shine, and we're just trying to paint them a picture and let them go for it.
Awesome, man. That's what I'm talking about. Like, guys, like, he's just not a content creator. He's doing big things with his creating content, like helping kids see better days, showing them that they don't have to stay with the crime. There is more to life than going out and getting in trouble every day. He's giving them a place to come and learn stuff, getting a place just to come and feel appreciated, loved, all that. So that's the big thing that really drew me to him when we first met, I was like, man, that's awesome. You guys know how I am. I'm big on charity, suicide, and stuff like that. So like it just wrapped right in, and I was stuck. As soon as we met, I was like, let's do whatever we can to make things work. So
Appreciate
getting into your journey here so far. I mean, what is your biggest accomplishment so far in your journey of streaming?
my biggest accomplishment so far, man. I think as soon as we hit 600 followers, it blew my mind. When I first started this thing, it was a struggle trying to get exposure out there, trying to get connected to the right people, and just, networking and all that. I didn't know where to go, but once I started connecting with different networks, different communities, and letting people understand that I'm not just a streamer just for myself. I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for the kids in my community. It started to really open up people's eyes. Like this is different. And the one thing I'm big about is being transparent. If I say 100% of the proceeds are going to this program, I mean that, and I show that. So with all the stuff that I have on my Facebook page, on the Beast Initiative Push Facebook page, you'll see pictures of our community game nights that we've hosted, all the different prizes that we've given out, the game consoles that we were able to purchase to be able to do the gaming events, all the stuff that we were able to raise through streaming goes straight to that program. It's amazing. We even got our youth leadership team some T-shirts and jerseys. Like I'm wearing one right now. We were able to do that to make them understand that you have an important role to to be a face of this program. But I kept telling the kids, I don't want to be the face of the program. I want you guys to be the face of the program because this is a youth program. So if you are able to, I'll help along the way, but this is your program. So whatever you guys want to do to help this community and help our hometown, let's do it. Let's do it in a constructive way, and let's push for it. And I'm extremely blessed to have a dedicated youth leadership team who is constantly asking, "All right, so what can we do now? What do we want to do next? How can we improve?" Like these kids are very passionate about this program and growing with it. We already had one graduate and go to college last year, which kind of it broke me a little bit. I don't want to let him go, but he's still around. He's still helping out when he can. But it's just amazing.
That's gotta be huge to have that accomplishment
Mhm.
with it, like being as new as it is,
Yeah.
having that kid grow from probably where he might have started
Mhm.
being maybe in trouble or what he was into. I don't know if he was even in trouble. But
Yeah.
if he had something going on that you in your program changed his mindset and the kid graduated, went to college. That's
Yep.
huge. And then
Yep.
that gives like to me, it's these other kids get to see that process, get to see that accomplishment. That's got to light the light under them. You know what I mean? It's got to hit the light bulb in the head for a couple of them.
Definitely.
I mean,
Definitely.
it might not get them all, but I mean, if it hits the light bulb for a couple of them, they're like, "Whoa, he did it! I can do it!" And then to see him
Exactly.
come back, still give back to the program,
Exactly.
you got something going good, going in the right
Yeah.
direction for sure.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like right now during this, COVID-19 thing, it's kind of slowing us down a little bit because we really wanted that face to face, communication, interaction with everybody. But we're doing our best to kind of push forward, and just kind of keep them exposure to all the esports opportunities out there, all the competitive games going on, and I'm trying to get one of these kids to learn how to do commentary. He's big on trying to get commentary on certain games. Call of Duty is one of them, and Fortnite's another one. So I have them watch the Call of Duty League and see how they do commentary and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes we set up a like a I guess the private matches and let the bots play each other and allow that youth to understand and say, all right, so how would you call this out? How would you call these different plays out? Just using bots, and they do it. It takes some time. It takes a process, but it's really cool to see that they take that initiative to learn that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, what would be cool is like I don't know when this is gonna end or when they're gonna be allowed. You're gonna be allowed to have the kids around, but I'd love to have another one of these kids onto it.
Definitely,
Like
definitely,
and like let them see that they can travel. Like if they're being heard of.
yeah,
I think it could put a little bit more into it. Like that there's other streamers looking to bring you onto their show and just blow their mind with it.
Oh, most definitely. They'll love that.
I'm
They'll
down
love. They'll
for it.
be shy, but they'll love
Yeah,
it.
if we can get it if it's open in August, that's where I'm at now at the show. Everything is
Gotcha.
booked in June. I am now scheduling for August.
That's awesome, bro. Oh my goodness, that's incredible. That's incredible.
It went pretty quick. I was like, yeah. Wasn't expecting it. Really wasn't expecting it. It's kind of like your thing. Probably wasn't expecting it to blow up and take off like it is.
Yeah,
Wasn't expecting this to take off the way.
that's awesome, man. That's
But
incredible.
sure. I mean, and then when you get into, I know like you're big with UG and
Mm.
I'm gonna mess their name.
J4L?
Yeah, J4L.
Yes, sir.
So with being inside those communities, I mean, it's got it. I mean, they're both COD communities. Both,
Yeah,
like I don't know. I don't know if they do. I don't know if they do anything else. I know UBG is COD and nothing but COD. Like, so that's kind of why I exit that community because I haven't really been playing COD. I'm a Madden guy, so like I'm like these people ain't watching nothing over here. I'm putting time over here. They don't want nothing to do with the Madden guy.
I
COD
got you.
people play COD. You're in it. So with that, with playing those two different communities, what is the biggest difference between?
Well, right now UBG is and J4L combining together is huge. With J4L being the elite stream team, like the esports organization, like the professional organization, and UBG being the community based structure of everything, it's becoming a very big thing for everybody. UBG is starting to expand their gaming and not just COD based now. I know it took a while. It took a while, but it's awesome to see that they're starting to expand out of that now. And we have some Apex players in there. We do have a few Madden that I've seen and see a lot, but they're starting to grow. Small, but slowly but surely, they're starting to grow. But the support in those communities have changed a lot for me personally. I have like this last month, I started seeing growth in my numbers and my viewerships, the support they give financially to the program. It's just the love that they have as a community. It's different, you know. When I first started off streaming, I didn't really know anybody. I didn't know anything about UBG. I didn't know about anything about anybody else. But once I got attached to UBG and started to see the friendships I was able to build first, that changed a lot. It's definitely been a huge blessing for me as a person, and just trying to meet new people, and also been a huge blessing on the program and them embracing our youth in our program. It's been awesome.
That's what you want from a community, and I mean, that's the real deal communities. You know what I mean? Like if they're
Yeah,
actually putting in support outside of it, and I mean, a lot of these communities that started. I know when I first started, it was more as like let's get the top guy to the top. Like they were just community was just feed the top people all the time instead of getting the big
yeah,
picture.
yeah.
Feed everybody at the table.
Exactly, exactly,
Everybody succeeds. Community
exactly.
explodes.
It's
And
got to be a community collaboration kind of thing, you know?
yeah, and I
It
mean,
has to be
I
that way.
think like, I was a part of the UBG community at one point in time. Like I said, I had to do my own thing. Like I've done my own thing completely. Had to just like branch out because I was so involved in just support. Forgot
Yeah,
about my own stuff. So
yeah, yeah,
and it hurt. Like it hurt my numbers. It hurt a lot of stuff. But I had to learn that the hard. I learned the hard way. You know what I mean? Like because I know this streaming community stuff. You're not gonna get that what you put in. You're not getting
yeah.
100% back. It's not happening.
Very true.
You're gonna put out, and you may see 30% of it.
Yeah, it's a
And
gamble that you got to take.
it's the rough way, man. And
Yeah.
but seeing like I've seen you from the beginning, so see
Mhm.
where you're at now. I mean, graphics are changing. You're getting more. Looks like you're starting to get more professional with things, and
Trying.
the arms are starting to reach out. Like you're starting to reach out and grow your own brand.
Yeah.
And
It's
How is that going for you? I mean, like that. It just right now to me when I'm watching, it seems like you were starting to really get in your groove. You found your way. You found your spot. Now you're trying to just take off with it.
Yeah, man. It's now that we're starting to get we're starting to build our own community around Twitch now, and it's really cool to see that. I'm starting to see the regulars pop in the chat and hang out with me no matter what game I'm playing. They're there. They're dedicated, and it's
Yeah, they're
really
they're
cool.
they're the best ones.
Oh my gosh, they're amazing. They're amazing. But it's like a dream. It feels like a dream. It feels like a dream. Because when like just thinking back how much we've grown on Twitch and this as a community or a brand as the Beast Initiative push, it's been difficult to keep people engaged. I had to personally fix what I was trying to do and what I was trying to put out on stream and how my content had to switch things up a little bit and whatever I was putting out to my community or whatever I was putting out into social media. I had to make sure it was appealing as much as possible. My overlays had to change a lot. I had to get more professional with my transitions. I had to put a lot of work into it. I remember there were a few nights that I had to stay up late, even though I had work in the next like 4 hours or whatever. But I had to put in that time. You have to be very dedicated when it comes to this kind of stuff. If you are, if you want to create a brand for yourself, you have to be willing to put the work in. And just imagine how much work it is when you're not even making a brand for yourself. You're making a brand for the entire program. It's even different. it's even harder because you're no longer representing yourself. You're representing people that are attached to this too, that invest their time into it to help it grow in our community also. So just really trying to manage my time correctly, make sure I have enough energy to go and stream every night, and just sacrificing as much as I can. My family has been really open to me doing this, and they've been very supportive. It's like, all right, we understand what you're doing, and we see the process and the progress in it. So you just gotta put the dedication in. You gotta put the sacrifice in. It's not fame is, or I want to say fame. Success doesn't come overnight. It won't do that. It won't happen. So if you're willing to network, if you're willing to support other people, if you're willing to continue to take constructive criticism and be okay with that and learn and grow from those, you have
Probably one of the hardest thing, bro. The
it
hardest thing.
is. It is so hard, man. Like it took me a while to get it, but after even before streaming, I had to do that in college. My professors weren't going to go easy on me, so they came straight from the hip, and they told me what things I had to work on. But keeping that in mind and say, you know what, I have to be open to constructive criticism if I want to grow. It has to happen. So I was open to it. A lot of people gave me their feedback, and I was able to learn and grow from them and start piecing different puzzles in there. And we're still growing. We still have big plans. We still have things that we want to do for the program and different content that we want to put out there and let people know that we're legit. And it's coming. It's coming.
And it's crazy. Now, was your family always supportive when you first started it?
Oh yeah.
Lucky.
My mom, it was hard. It was hard. It was hard. I gotta tell you that. But my mom, of course, had some issues with it because I played video games since like 5. So she's like, "Are you old enough? Are you like, did you age out of that?" It's like you'll never age out of gaming. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But she saw that I'm not doing it just for me. I'm doing it for the community, and I painted a picture about what my goal was, what my dream was, and she loved it. She's like, "This is what I want to see you do. This is what I want you to go for and be successful with." And she was all for it. She bought some merch for herself, and she's promoting it all over Facebook and going crazy with it. My sister was the one that introduced me to gaming. She's one of them, and my other cousin introduced me to gaming. So I blame them. But no, my family has been very supportive. My girlfriend has been extremely supportive of me. She understands that I might not, go to sleep at a certain time because I want to make sure there's a video that's completed, or I need to figure out what my old videos look like and how can I personally improve on what I put out there. And she's okay with it. She's helped me keep my mind focused and keep my mind driven and motivated to be successful at this. So it's
And was she
a
was
blessing.
she was she like okay with it right off the rip of it all? I mean, because I know like it's time consuming, and
It is.
that's probably one of my biggest things was learning how like I'm still learning 2 years and some change in now, still trying how to balance out things. Sometimes I'll get so wrapped up into it, like especially like with this new show, like I'm so wrapped up into it, and I'm just like I want to do the show every day if I could,
Gotcha.
but I'm like I can't do the show every day because then it gets boring.
Gotcha.
But
I got you.
like my wife, the show has brought light to my wife. Like when I first started, she tried to tell me she didn't. I know she. Because we like
Yeah.
I mean when she dealt with it like because I when I first started out everything was in the living room so like everybody was in our life and because I don't do the green screen thing so like everybody's in the
Gotcha.
life I'm like everything you see is like real like it's happening right there my kid jumps off the couch and dive bombs onto the table that's not a fake thing that just happened.
Yeah.
It's we've
That's like the
had
best content, though. That's
but
the best
we've
content.
had it happen. Like my son, me and my mom. I was in the chair. My mom's on the couch. My son beelined it across the couch and over the back of the couch. I'm like, just looks like cameras like pointed that way, and like they're like, and the chat's looking. They're like, what the hell just happened? I was like, I guess he thinks he's Superman. I don't know. He landed behind the couch. Like, literally didn't even hit nothing. Just over the
Oh
side,
man.
landed on his head. And I'm like, he just really do that? And then he's back there crying. I'm like, what did you think is gonna happen? like,
Oh
like, did you
snap.
think you were gonna fly? What? But
Gotta love
so
it.
I mean, like with it, like I've had to struggle. Like some people are lucky they get that full support, but like I mean, she's starting to really get into it. She's starting to see what I've been able to come up with, be able to produce, and see this whole thing come alive. And I think my mom's also had some talks with her now that saying was bringing in money? Is it paying bills? Like, and then she's like, there's no. That's always a yes because I'm lucky enough to have the community built to where people want to sub to me every month
Yeah.
and do that because like nobody has to do that. Nobody is obligated. To that. And I tell people that all the time. Like, I think that's where the misconception comes in. The streamer, they think, well, I'm going to be a streamer and this person's going to sub to me. I'm going to get all these subs. Ah.
Ain't that easy.
I wish it was that easy. If it was that easy, I'd still be holding 1,200 from December. Jeez, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I've had my big months and stuff like that, and I think that's awesome to see a family like your whole family is on board to get it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing for families, like the people that actually get into this, actually put the time, effort into it. So, a lot of guys like I know my guy felony one game and lots of time
Mhm.
put into it. He's been streaming for over 2 years or more, and there's a lot of time that gets missed by families, and
Yeah.
it if they're not supporting it, it's really it's a battle. And to be
It,
lucky enough to have that whole thing around you, dude, that's awesome. Like that's
yeah.
awesome. Like I like I said, I'm just now starting to get that around me, and so like I had to fight the first year and a half, 2 years
Yeah.
for them to see it. Because my wife didn't look at this as a job. I'm like, it is. What I
Yeah.
love to do is I have fun doing it, and I want my job to be. I want to go to
Yeah.
work happy. I don't want to work for somebody that's going to tell me what I'm gonna do, make me miserable,
Agreed. Agreed.
and make them tons of money when I could be over here doing something I love and possibly making my family money and taking care of my household.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
so, with you growing the way you have and the time you spent, what would be something that you would give advice that you would give to somebody just coming into the streaming world to help them on their journey to kind of like write them before they take the wrong turn or and get off the page and quick.
Whew, I would say the first line of advice I would say is don't worry about the numbers just right away. Don't worry about numbers. I got when I first started, I was very discouraged when I had nobody watching. And it takes time, it takes time. If you just started a Twitch channel and nobody knows about it, don't expect somebody just to look at your channel and say, "Oh, I like this." Like it's going to take time. Like it's okay. Um, if you're consistent, if you are passionate, if you're dedicated, and you're willing to learn from people that are growing in it right now or who have made it, if you're willing to learn from that, you are going the right way. You're going the right path. But you have to be willing to be accepting of constructive criticism. You have to be willing to put the time in and to be dedicated to what you want to do and what kind of content you want to put out to your community or potential community. Um, and don't understand you're not in this by yourself either. Twitch is a huge community. The streaming world is huge. So there is a community out there that you can be a part of that can match your beliefs, that match who you are, your personality, the games that you love to play. There are communities out there willing to accept you for who you are and for what game you love to play and your personality. Okay, so understand that also. And don't ever give up. I've seen when I first started, I started with a small group of people. I attached myself to a different like a lot of different communities on Discord, and there were a lot of streamers out there that had the passion at first, and then they start looking at their numbers, and
numbers are
they
a killer.
It is. It's a dream killer. It really is.
It really is.
They just disappear after a while. I still remember with me, now people's we were in a small Facebook group, and it was content creators and streamers on Twitch who were trying to support each other. And I look back at the group now, and the only people that are still streaming from that group that are actually doing something huge or bigger than when we started is me and Peeps. Like it blew my mind. I'm like, what happened? Like, yeah, it was like 15 of us. I was like, what happened? Like we supported as much as we could. We gave them alerts. We did what we had to do to help get them going and let them know that they're not alone in it. But they just started to look at the numbers and they called it quits. So I advise you guys, don't worry about the numbers. They'll come, but just be who you are, be passionate with who you are, be passionate with games you guys are playing, what content you want to put out there, and continue to go out there and be the best person you can possibly be on stream. You're not alone in this. This is not a journey that you don't have to do this alone. There are, like I said, there are communities out there that are willing to embrace who you are and to bring you into their community and to make sure that you're good.
So now I'm going to take you into this little segment. This is something new I want to try. So you're the first one that gets to do this.
All right.
You are now the host.
Oh, snap.
And now you're going to ask me the questions.
Where's my notes? Where's my note cards? Wait a minute.
So this is something I want to try because I'm always asking the questions, and I'm sure that people want to know something about me. And so I want to give the streamer, the content creator, their chance to do their thing and ask me the questions.
Okay, I'm excited for this. This is gonna be good. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm always ready.
All right, here we go. I'm getting the person.
He needs beast mode. Boom.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is TruBeastMode31 coming at you. I have a special guest today, Smeed45, one of the best content creators on Madden. He's an amazing guy. I'm telling you that right now. I just want to say thank you, Smeed45, for coming on the show today. But I have a few questions for you. You ready for this?
Sure.
All right. So first question: what motivated you to become a content creator?
Actually, I watched a content creator. That's what he brought me into it. Like I watched Scrummo TV. I had him on last week on the show. And he watched him, and I just kept watching this, and I was watching how much fun he was having with it. Like I'm like, bro, I play video games. I'm good at video games. Like I'm gonna try it. So I figured out how to hook everything up. I first started streaming on YouTube. Okay. A lot of people don't even know that. That's where I started. Started on YouTube. YouTube was probably like it was really hard over there. Like it was not a place you want to stream at like live unless you have some type of following. But started over there, and then my buddy the family man, he was like, yo, why don't you get on Twitch? I'm like, what's Twitch? I had no clue what Twitch was. I knew YouTube. That was it. I'm old, man. So I was YouTube. So I go over there and I get on it, and it wasn't like I started playing the game. I started playing. I think I started out. It was like Fortnite. I can't remember if I started with Fortnite or what it was. I can't remember the first game I played. I want to say it was Madden. I want to say because that's just probably the go-to. So I got on there and I started playing and started coming in. I'm like, whoa. Like follows started coming. Going on. I was still clueless, not even set up. I literally had no camera, streaming straight from the PS4. That's it. I'm sitting here, boom, and I start watching Twitch a little bit more. How do I get over these people? Like, oh, you computer and do this and that. And as I start going into it, I'm like, yo, something's happening. Like I can feel it. Like I feel the energy. I'm like, I got something going on. Hey, I think I could do it. I'm like telling my wife, I'm like, she's like, dude, I'm like streaming thing. She's like, well, we're streaming. I'm like, you don't hear play the video game. People watch me, follow me, and then I found out that you can get affiliated. Like, oh shoot, I can get paid video games. I was like, my dream job besides playing Major League Baseball. I don't realize that because all I do is play football, but my dream was to play Major League Baseball.
Nice.
And I was good. I was scouted D1. So I threw my shoulder out, and then I lost everything.
Gotcha.
So I ended up in football, so football took over everything. I didn't need to throw the ball anymore.
Gotcha.
Got into that, and as I got into it, like things started swirling, and I could feel the energy really changing. I got into what did I get into? I forget the first. I got into Team MZ. That was the first community I got into. And it was like huge. Like there's 3,000 some people, 4,000 people in this community. I'm like, I got in the wrong community.
Yeah.
Did I not get in the wrong? I was in the perfect place. It was weird because I mean, even though it was hard to talk sometimes because the chat was constantly cracking inside, it was like this has got to be that place was probably the fastest moving Discord community I've ever seen. Like people were in this Discord 100% of the time, like because they're UK, they have a lot of UK people. That's where the founders from the UK. So it was just like it would just switch time zones in there, and this thing would just keep cracking. So I'm in there, and I'm like, I started getting into it, and then I got a camera. Yes, for it. I'm like, that's when I got, and then I had shortly after that lost one of my really good friends to suicide, and I was like, I gotta keep his name alive. And brother-in-law is an advocate with SP, which is the biggest like suicide prevention. They do so much stuff, and that's who I always do my streams for now. So I was like, I got involved with him, and he told me where to go. We got that going, and I got into it. And I bet you, dude, I almost 100% say I had maybe 3 this time.
Ooh.
This wasn't like this is from. I think I did the first one. We started in November of 2017, and I think I did it in. I say I did it in January. I had just got the camera, and I was like, let's do a charity stream. I did a charity stream. I was up there. I was like, I was ballsy with it. I was like, look, I'm going $1,000, 300 followers. I'm going $1,000. I started pushing this thing, and I mean, we went at it, and we got down to it. I did it 24 hours, and I'm like, look, I will wax my chest with Nair right now if somebody gives me a $300 dono on the spot, so we hit 1,000. And it wasn't but 2 seconds later, that thing said, bring. We had a $300 dono. So my wife comes out. She puts this stuff on. It wasn't the right stuff. So she puts it on my chest. If you ever watched the 40-year-old version, that scream he lets out when she pulls it is no joke. That is all real. It is just like that. And that's how I screamed. Literally screamed just like that. And we hit $1,000. So I knew I had something special here, and it was just crazy. Like I took off. I really didn't experience what most people did. Like I always say I feel like I got lucky, because I really didn't experience sitting at 0, streaming to nobody. I never experienced that. Like I always, like as soon as I hit the I button for the first time, I had people. I don't know if it was. I don't know what it was about me. That I mean, I'm pretty outspoken. I'm pretty real, and I don't know if that just translates to people and people love it at that time. But like I said, I never really experienced that, and I ran with a couple guys, and like Felony One, he just changed his name, Big Rucci. He's been in my corner. I have a couple guys that have been in my corner, drunken liking. Those guys all been here day one. Mr. P, like they've all been here. Mr. P, his wife, they are almost sub for 2 years.
That's incredible.
Crazy to have somebody want to spend $5 for 2 years, be sub to you. Like, so just having like those guys stick with me, like the one guy that I was with that was teaching me things, streaming for a bit, like I felt it hurt because I lost him. Got jealous of the progress. And I've always been one, like I've always been, but I wasn't like the thing was like he took a break and I was still promoting him. I'm still trying to like bring him along with me. Like I've always in it, and I've always said it to my community. I may take off and I may get way out there ahead of you, might get really big, but I'm never leaving you guys behind. If I succeed, you guys are succeeding with me. That's how I've always been. And he just thought otherwise, and it sucked because like we don't talk no more. Like he doesn't like I went in the stream the other day, said hi, and he didn't really acknowledge me. And I'm just like, wow, it's like that, dude. Like that's like I'm wanting, if you show me something, I want to apply it. And I think it's the biggest thing is when you learn something from somebody inside of streaming, you have to apply that. If you don't apply it, then most people aren't going to have time for you.
Yeah.
Like if I'm giving you information, I mean, I don't want you to apply everything. It probably sounds wrong, but if you apply it the wrong, like I want you to apply part of it. I want you to turn it into your own. Like don't take what I'm doing, put it into your own, but the information I'm going to give you, figure out something for your own content, your own way, apply it.
Yeah.
When you figure that out, it's sky's the limits.
Oh yeah.
And that, and like, literally, I'm still learning. Like that is the biggest thing is you can't stop learning in content. Like you have to go grab your own. You have to get your own content. Like everybody can pull a control up and play the game play out. What can you do different than the guy sitting next to you?
Yeah,
this is why I started the show. Nobody's doing it in the Madden community. Nobody was doing it in COD community. Nobody was doing it.
Yeah,
I was like, you know what? Why not start something where I can put somebody as yourself that is coming up and growing, put you in front of the camera, give you another avenue to see. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like we got a guy, Phineas, in the chat right now. He's been huge since he's came into my community, but he had no clue who you are. You know what I mean? Now, most likely, he's going to hit your link and he's going to go follow you. You know what I mean? Like they're good. Like this is what I want to do. I want you guys to be seen. This is not complete. This is completely not about me. I'm good where I'm at. I have a great community around me. If I have a check mark or I don't have the check mark, it doesn't matter to me.
I love that. I love that.
What is great is that you guys get seen. You know what I mean? I've already have my success. I already have a stable base under me. Why not get somebody else's stable base with them?
I appreciate that. That's awesome.
And that's what the whole goal of the show is. Like I told my wife this. I mean, like I had the idea. I've had this idea for so long, and my mind just wasn't in the right spot to put it out, and I had to get right before I could do it. And like it's like I've been sitting here. I was like, you know what? It's time to go. Right now, it's time to go, and let's get this thing out. So like this is what brings me to it. Like this is what makes me want to stream. Connections like with people like yourself, being able to connect across seas with other people that I'm not going to those other countries. Like I don't got the money for that. You know what I mean? Like, I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going to travel in life, and it ain't gonna be going to Italy and different like countries. Like you know what I mean? To be able to get to those places and connect with people across the world, play video games. Like one of my biggest supporters is from the UK. I play Madden with him every week. Every week we play, and you don't get that. Like I try to be different than other other streamers because a lot of streamers don't really get engaged with their community on playing games with them, or
Very
they're
true.
afraid to because of toxicity that's on Twitch. We got little kids that aren't being watched, or you got these adults that think it's funny. I'm gonna get on the stream, and the first thing I'm gonna do is yell the N word, or I'm gonna yell
Yeah.
F you across the stream. Like,
Yeah.
I get
That
it,
is
but like these guys, I trust these guys because they spend so much time in my chat. You know what I mean? Like, I know you
yeah.
have the same people do the same thing. You have those guys that are so loyal. You were talking about earlier.
Hmm.
Is that God, those guys are loyal. As soon as you hit that button, boom, they're in here.
Yeah.
And it's like Drunken. He's been subbed. I think he's got 18 or 19 months in. Another big supporter. Like these guys, I will play a game in a heartbeat with these guys because I know they've been here and I know that I don't have to worry about nothing.
Yeah. That's
And
awesome.
and that's why I'm into streaming, man. I really am into it because of all that.
That's incredible. I love that. I love that. You know, it's the one part I heard that really stuck out to me was no matter if you have a check mark next to your name or not, you still have a amazing supportive community beside you. You are, and that's your success right there. And um, just to kind of piggyback off of that, when it comes to a community, how would you define yours? Like, what would you say that what makes your community stand out? Um, yeah, what makes it stand
Makes
out
it stick
more than
out.
anybody else?
I
Yeah,
mean, honestly, like it's the support from them guys from like my system, like all my stuff I have,
yeah,
they pretty much bought it. Like
nice.
I paid for my PC. We bought the PC. We paid $1,500 for the PC. My PC probably stands alone at like $3,500 now because
Wow.
they upgraded it. I didn't do that. Without them, it's still sitting at $1,500. You know what I mean? It might have had some other stuff. Like they just recently in my community, like I will say they're some of the most giving, caring, loving people. Like they're not just here for the stream. Like they're like, yo, if you got a problem, you need to talk anything. They'll open their DMs to you. I have phone numbers to these guys. Like some guys, I've never met some of these guys, but I have phone numbers to them. Call me if you need to talk. Like if you got issues, like they're not just viewers. They're not just a number to me. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
are people, great hearts. They are just that I'm more than grateful that I've met. And it's without this platform, I don't even know who these people are. And it would be a
Mhm.
damn shame not to know who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they just recently bought a camera that goes for $800 for me, but I got it on
Wow.
sale. You know what I mean? Like
That's
that's
love.
why the camera's in freaking looking the way it is. Like I said, without what they've done for me, I don't have it. Like I don't have an awesome monitor. I don't have mic that I have. Like I don't like literally. I don't have an Xbox. One of my tight guys sent me his old Xbox. Literally, he had
Incredible.
an Xbox sitting there. He's like, "Yo, I got the X. I don't need this thing. It's just sitting here collecting dust." Sent it to you. I'm like, and I was probably a couple months in when I met him. We probably maybe 3 4 months when he said that thing. And
Wow.
I was like, nah, he ain't saying this. Like, you know what I mean? You know, when you first start out, you get, I don't know, I received trolls. Like, I had horrible trolls when I came in. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, this dude's trolling. This shit ain't coming. Next thing you know, doorbell rings. Fucking, there it is. It's sitting on my front porch. What is this? I open it up. And, like, dude, like, you want to play the game with me that bad? Like,
That's
never.
what's
It's
up.
like, we can game. So,
That's so
like,
cool.
it is. And that's what I'm saying with these, like, that's why it took me a long time. It took me a long time, as you said earlier. Don't worry about the numbers, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But I think what happened with me is experienced that high level of success. Like
Mhm.
I've ran with 3,300 people in the stream already. I ran with 1,500 people in it. So
Yeah.
like I've experienced it. I've experienced turning on a stream and automatically I got 60 to 100 people. And like things have changed the way Twitch did its viewers and
Mhm.
how they counted. And then you have also have things inside the Madden community with like Madden Live and stuff like that, where they pick a select hand of streamers, they host them, they get like awesome massive amounts of viewage, and then you get free stuff to give away. Well,
That's awesome.
if I'm inside the Madden community, I'm going to the free stuff. Like I'm forgot about, you know what I mean? Like and it's how it gets, and to an extent, it hurts, but at the same time, you have to keep pushing, it's
Yeah.
driving, and that it sucks because it feels like you start back over because of it. When they start
Yeah.
rocking this, like you're not being seen, like, and that was my one of my biggest issues with the whole thing going down with Madden is I'm like, well, if you want to grow your community, well, put more people, stop putting the same people on it over and over, and start
Yeah.
letting everybody get seen. Like, grab your people and put people in there and spread it out through your community, and people are going to be able to find their streamer that they like. Because like I can go in your community, you send your people over to me while I'm playing Call of Duty, they might not vibe with me, or there might be somebody that was in your community that may not be fully like you yet, and he might be just teetering, and he vibes with me better. He's gonna come. He might see him in both chats now, or
Yeah. Yeah.
he becomes my main guy. You know what I mean? Like it's just, and I think that's what goes wrong inside the communities is people look at things differently and don't see it. Now this is where I like because I'm a big marketing person. Like I've done it for like Scott's Lawn Care. I used to do other stuff like home Walmart. So
Oh, cool.
I went to school for it. And marketing has always been my thing. So
Yeah.
that's what I feel like I just have to find the way to market on here and get the brand rolling. It's probably been my hardest things. Harder. But like I said, with my inside my community, it has to be with way how caring and giving these guys, like not even giving, because that's just the bonus that they want to be that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
And
awesome.
so like it's more it's more just how genuine they are and they're not fake people. You know what I mean? And I think that's
Yeah.
what it is. Me, it fires away. You know what I mean? Like it fires me up to come in on go live. Like I said, I know when I push the button, when I push the button, go live. If it's just Phineas, if it's just Drunken, just Mr. P, it's just those guys have always been here. I'm cool.
Mhm.
Like I've learned that. It took me a long, long time, man. It really did. And like I said, I think it's just from experience of what I've experienced. Such a short time of streaming,
Yeah.
and I know where I've been. So it's one of those things. I know where I've been, and I know where I can go. So
That's awesome.
that's the hardest. I think it's been the hardest. It was the hardest part to learn. Is like, look, get the numbers, push what you have,
Yeah.
give these guys every bit of you, give it real. Like me, like these guys love me because I don't shy away from nothing. You know what I mean? Like you give it, if you ask a question, I'm gonna give you an answer, even if it could hurt something, it could hurt me, it could hurt somebody else. Like, I'm gonna give you real, and
Yeah.
I think that's what it has fed these guys to stay around. Like Phineas came from, I think I got rated by J Dub. He was a big guy in J Dub's channel, and this man spent stupid hours on my channel. I mean,
That's awesome.
stupid. Like all these guys that I've mentioned, they spend stupid amount of time on my channel. I'm like, bro, go do something. I literally tell them that sometimes. I'm like, look, I don't have to sit here and watch my dumb ass stream and play the game. Go do something. And they don't. They stay right here. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
stay right here and they give me everything, every ounce of energy. Like while I'm playing, they're like cheering it on. They're like, "Come on!" Like if I get mad or I'm losing, like, dude, calm down. You got this. Like I got my own coaches over here in the chat.
That's
So
incredible.
I mean, like I must say, I had the best community. But you're gonna say you had the best community. This is how we are. We give it out to our community. I'm like I
That's
said, I'm grateful for what I'm able to have.
incredible. So I got another question for you. It's one more
Oh
question.
no,
Ready?
you're good. Yeah.
All right, cool. So what is your ultimate goal? What is your big dream from streaming? What do you want to accomplish? What is the well, let's throw it out there. What is the level that you wish to become or wish to reach and say, yes, I finally made it? What is that? What would be that goal? What would be that? What would be that point in your
My
career?
goal, that point in my career would probably be is much as I say I don't care about the check mark because I don't, but getting that check mark brings a lot to you. We all know the check mark holds power to sponsors. It holds power to um getting in with different people. You're get that broader networking,
Yeah.
bigger networking, and that my goal would be is when I hit that tier and I'm able to go like this and I can just reach down and grab a bunch of people that have been riding with me and just yank them, bring them up to where they're sitting. I'm like, when I hit, it's like, look, let's go. We're going here. Let's light the chat up. Let's chill. I'm gonna chill and
Yeah.
chat with you guys. And they're holding 300 people. You know what I mean? When I can, like, it's not even about money. It's about bringing those people that gave me their damn time for over 2 years now, bringing them up and making their content easy. That's
awesome.
when I've made it. Like, because I know I'm, like I said, where I'm at now, I'm cool. Do I want to get more where I'm making more revenue? Yeah, because I have bills to pay. This is my job right now. I have my health and my body can't physically handle going into a warehouse and banging around. I've had 3 shoulder surgeries on both shoulders from injuries at work and injuries from football from all the years I've played.
Gotcha.
So my body just doesn't take to that stuff no more, and still trying to get my body back to being able to handle just daily living and walking because of my feet being messed up from tendons being torn inside of it, from locating ankles, that I'm dealing with football, even though I'm not playing with football, dealing with those things. So this is what I do. Like I said, my wife is accepting it now. She knows I'm capable of succeeding. She sees the success happening. So like I said, like, do I want more money? Always want more money because that helps me keep my family. That's my number one priority, my family, and making sure bills are paid here, house is taken care of. My family has what they have. I have 3 kids, so of course, getting up and getting more success and making money. But like I said, my ultimate goal, where I know I made it, is when I can grab these people, bring them up with me, and have that big ass successful group around me. Like, I don't want to sit up here by myself trying to figure out, yo, what's my next plan? What's my next step? I'd rather have a whole bunch of them people up here with me, like, something together. Let's figure this out. What can we do? Push him up. What can we do to make this guy go up? You know what I mean? Like, we're all sitting here brainstorming. You have a whole bunch of brains together.
Yeah.
Trying to complete one plan. Like, it's easier that way. And I think that's the misconception in the world. They're so greedy to make the next person successful because they think that person's going to jump them. Well, guess what? If that person jumped you, you did your job. You did what you were doing. You wanted to be successful and you were trying to help other people be successful. So they took what you did and they perfected it.
Yeah.
They did what you were teaching. They took the information you were giving and they perfected it. They took off.
Agreed.
You can't be mad about that.
Exactly.
If you get mad about that, then you yourself get a reality check.
Yeah, you're losing the whole spirit of streaming in general. The streaming world we're all in this together. So we have to support each other,
Like, is there times where, hey, I'm like, look, I gotta go and run this stuff by myself and do this by myself? Yeah, there's times because you have to. You can't solely just sit on, like, if it was me and you working together, I can't solely just sit on your content. Like, well, you're not moving, so what are we gonna do? And constantly sit here and forget about what I'm doing on the back end of myself.
Exactly.
So, I mean, there's always that time where you're gonna be like, look, guys, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not leaving you behind. But I got to do this with I gotta focus on myself real quick. You know what I mean? And like I said, I've done it. I've done this so many times, and then you lose so many people. But I'm okay with losing those people because now I know you really weren't there. You know what I mean? You weren't meant to be there. And I've always been the person that's, like, my wife asks me all the time, big question. She asks me, she's like, how do you just let people go? Like, how do you just walk away from that? Like, you put so much time into somebody and they they whatever you get a little bit successful or you do something and they get mad and they walk away from it. I said, well, that person wasn't meant to be in my life. Then
Yeah.
they weren't there for the ride. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like
Exactly.
if you can't take the ride, it may like I said with streaming, it could take years. You know what I mean? So I achieve where I want to be.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to take that ride, you damn well better believe you're going to come with me at some point in time. Like
Oh yeah.
I'm not that guy to forget about you. I'm not the guy that's gonna let you sit at the bottom while I'm up here reaping.
Yeah.
And I never like it's just one of my things. Like always been one of the people like, oh, you want to go? Peace.
Yeah.
Have fun. Because you know what's funny is the guy that did that, like guy that did that to me,
Hmm.
and funny because he's still at the same place he was left when he said, "Oh, okay, I'm out," or "I don't want
Yeah.
to talk to you. I'm jealous." Still trying to figure out what platform he wants to stream on. Still switching it up every so often. He goes and switches onto the other platform and thinks, "Bro, like, bro, you're
Hmm.
doing the same thing over and over and over. You're not going anywhere. You're spinning
Exactly.
your tires in a big pile of quicksand and just boop, ain't nothing coming from it, bro. Like if you just
Exactly.
listen and stop worrying about being jealous and about your numbers and who's bigger than the next person, let somebody
Yep.
go be successful. If they're still promoting you and bringing you along with, what's the problem?
Exactly.
And I look at that all the time, and I'm just like, man, like it baffles me.
Yeah. It's that ego driven kind of thing,
I mean,
It sucks. It sucks.
it does, but I mean, like I said, I've always been one to I just keep moving on. Like I do it with my own family, and
Yeah.
that's the thing. Is like I'm putting my time in. You can't put at least a little effort into helping yourself. I got no
Yep.
time for it, you know what I mean? I got bigger and better things to go on. I got a family to worry about. You're a grown man. Go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I
and,
agree.
and it's and my
I
wife's like,
agree.
she's like, I can't just do that. Like, she's like, how? Like, I was like, it's my mentality, and it's really a mentality that's not taught. I think it's a
Yeah.
mentality. I think it's a mentality you learn to have as you grow up and you go through a lot of bullshit.
Yeah. I
I
got you.
mean, as
I
you go
got you.
through the bullshit and people let you down with things, I think it's just one of those things you learn is look, you can't keep beating your head on the same spot. They're not gonna if the effort's not gonna be else, you're putting
Yeah.
110 in. You don't got the time for it. Not there.
True. True.
And I think and when you apply it to streaming, it's like you start leading those people out as you're going.
Yeah.
Who's really there for you? Who's not there for you? Who's trying to benefit off of your gain only? You know what I mean? There's so many people. There's a lot of people I don't talk to anymore because I read people very well. I've always been that person. I've been a very observant kid. As growing up, I was always observing everything. Things I
Yeah.
probably shouldn't observe, I observed and took in. But I guess I had a weird mind when I was a kid. I guess I've learned from it as a young age. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, well, he just did this or did that, and here this happened. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and most kids don't. Most kids don't get that. You know what I mean? They see it, they're like, oh, let's do it.
Exactly.
He got all that attention from that. Let's go do it, and they don't realize, well, no, that was the wrong attention. Like,
Exactly.
and
It was the end result.
yeah, like I mean, and like it's one of my things is I try to apply things in life to streaming and apply it to like kids and everything. Try to show them like my daughter, she's really into like the editing, everything like that. Like she's 9 years old, but she's amazing at it. We're all very good at drawing, but she gets lazy. And
Gotcha.
I try to show her. I'm like, try to show her how what I'm doing, how I'm processing things, and what goes in. Like she thinks I just push a live button and I'm here. But then I
Yeah.
try to show her the insides. Like I've had her sitting here with me. I'm like I got to know why. Like if I lose sound, why did I lose sound? Like I got to know where to go. I got to know how to process it. I got to know how to go and adjust things and flip different scenes and where everything's
Yeah.
coming from. Like if the computer starts making a noise, what does that noise coming from? Like what's shutting it down? And I try to show her the work that goes into content creating and growth as you go. Like I try to show her like the older streams, like, hey, look, this is where I started. You weren't old enough to realize where I started. I mean, I think that she's 9, so she would have been like years and some months. But she would have been 7.5, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't even thinking about this stuff. I mean, she was just running around the house. Like, and I try to show her, like, hey, look, this is where I started. You know what I mean? I started with nothing. Where I am now, like, that's a 360. I wish I still had a picture of my setup. I think I might. I literally sat on a kitchen chair for probably the first year and some change.
Oh wow!
I called it the Ass Breaker 2000. Because I'm telling you, bro, you would get up off that chair, cheeks would be numb. It wouldn't come back. It wouldn't come back. It wouldn't come back for like a good few hours.
Oh man!
And I did that. I sat on that chair for 24 hours for charity. I'm telling you what, I stood up and I couldn't even stand. This shit hurt. And then I got lucky and a guy was in there and he seen what I was sitting on. He's like, look, he donated the money. He's like, go buy a chair.
That's awesome.
Like just out of nowhere. I'm not even asking for nothing. Like that's the thing people don't understand. It's like I don't ask for nothing from you. I really don't.
Yeah.
Like, I might put a goal up on the that goal can sit there for months. Like, every time I put a goal up, I literally they're scheduled for good 3-4 months. I'm not expecting it. Don't happen. It don't happen. It does. Damn, it happened. You know what I mean? Like that's what happened. Like when we were doing it, like it's just like he said, I have the same ass chair. Bro, I'm telling you, that Ass Breaker 2000 ain't no joke. You might have a butt when you get on it, but it's definitely not being it's definitely not going to be the same when you get up.
Definitely. I got you on that one.
Man, you got anything else?
So okay, if there was one game that you would stay to and stick to for as long as you can stream, what game would you choose?
Much as some of the time, much as the game aggravates me, and it's got to be Madden.
Okay.
Much as like I love Madden, I love football. It's always been my favorite game. I played it when it was on Mega, and the guys were pixelated. Like I think I started out with Techno Bowl, and then I rolled into Madden. That's back when John Madden was still on the cover. I put Madden on the cover.
Yeah,
guys were all pickles running around. I played Techno Bowl the other day. Actually, my wife got one of them old Nintendos that they brought out, the little ones, and then they got all the games.
Yeah,
I got on there and played Techno Bowl. I said, "How the fuck did I play this?" I really did, bro. It was so hard. It was like going back to that from what we play at now. Like I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to throw the ball, trying to figure out how to pick a play. And it was difficult to pick a play back then. You had to push down or left on the D-pad plus the A button. I'm like, bro, we are spoiled. I was like, all we gotta do is push the A button down. You know what I mean? Push X, push X, O. And I'm like, we're spoiled. That's all you gotta do to pick a play. You don't have to do nothing else. I'm like, exactly. I'm losing, but it would probably have to be Madden. COD would probably be a close.
Okay.
Because I mean, they've always been my top 2 games. Always. Never got into like the MMOs or that RPG type of game. I mean, I get into like elements of it, but never like a full blown. I think the closest thing like RPG might have been like probably Division 2.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's probably the only really honestly got into. Besides, like the Madden Mutt has that element to it. It's not like a full RPG. MMOs, I tried and I just can't.
I got you.
I feel it. I don't know if I haven't. I don't want to be rude, but I don't think I have enough nerd in myself.
I got you.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's truthfully. I think it has to be those 2 games. But Yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't even know where I would go after that because I was such an old. You know what I mean? Like dragons, turtles,
Yeah.
all those games. Like I really don't know what to do. If there's no Cotton Madden, I'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gaming anymore, honestly.
I got you. I'm a big I'm a big fan of Call of Duty. No matter what, no matter how much it gets on my nerves, and just push me. It makes me rage on stream sometimes, but I still love it deep down inside. This is one of those love hate relationships. That's all it is.
Yeah, man, it definitely is. Definitely, I think it goes patch by patch. It's one of those things.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like they come in one day, and the patch is good, and then you go get a new patch, and then you're like, "What happened to the game? Where'd
Yeah.
the game go? Where'd my game go? I
I
was just
totally.
eating people with this gun. Now this gun can't even hit. I can't. I'm putting a clip into this guy, and this guy's still running.
Yeah. Man.
So I think a lot of that goes into it. But I'm gonna open this up. I mean, been at it for about an hour and 20 minutes, but I'm gonna open this up, and because what we're gonna do now, we're gonna actually start editing out highlights.
Gotcha.
But we're gonna do is we're gonna open this up to the chat and see if the chat has if they have questions for I.
Okay.
So chat. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's there. I mean, Mike's picking up, so I don't know. Maybe it's just being funky again. Who knows? But chat, if you guys have any questions for me or through beast mode, put them in the chat and we'll read them off and get them answered. Have anything?
I think we lost you, buddy. I can't hear Jack.
Hear me now?
There we go. I got you.
It's being weird. I don't know what's having issues with it lately. I need my mixer. So one of the questions is, what's your top 5 games? That's a lot of games.
Of all time, okay. I'm gonna start with this. Call of Duty. The Sims. I've always been a big fan of The Sims.
Wow. I'm not gonna lie, that what surprises me.
Yeah, like I wanted to be an architect at one point because I've built some incredible houses on The Sims, and then I realized how much math I went into it. Like, nah, I'm good. I don't think I can do this. I couldn't do it. But I was a big Sims fan. Roller Coaster Tycoon was another one. It had me in that same creative mindset. I was huge into it. There's that. I would say, man, this is tough. This is really tough.
I got my 5.
SmackDown versus Raw 2007 was a classic. I had that on PlayStation 2. By far, I still remember the soundtrack. That's how crazy it was. Like, I still remember that game. I love that game. That was a monster. If that was an esport at the time, I would have smashed everybody.
That even online at that time?
I don't think so.
It was PlayStation 2. It was PlayStation 2. Could have been. You just had to have the big box. You needed that big box that went into the back of the PlayStation. Kids will never understand.
Nah, the struggle was real back then, man. It's a whole different ball field.
Yeah, they definitely are understanding that.
And I would say the last one would have to be. That's a tough one.
I don't know. I think I got these. I think I have all 5 of them.
Now, if it's not a video game, I'm going to say Uno is one of my favorite ones too. It's a video game now, but
this is games. This is your top 5 games.
Got you. Definitely.
I mean, Uno is a game now, though.
It is, but it's not the same. House rules don't apply on there.
House rules. I think everybody had their own set of house rules.
Exactly.
I think with my top 5, it's gotta be Madden, Call of Duty, Double Dragon, all of them.
Okay.
All of them.
Gotcha.
I was a monster Double Dragon fan. And then F Jam Vendetta was one of my favorites.
Ooh, yeah.
F Jam Vendetta was my favorite because you got to fight with all your rappers.
Yeah.
And I love fighting with Redman.
Oh,
Love
he was
fighting with Redman. Love fighting with Redman. I don't know why.
He was a monster.
But what we got? We got 4. And then I think my 5th one would have had to been the Ninja Turtles game, where you could actually play, where you drove around the map and then had to jump out and jump down into the sewer, and then you would fight you would have to fight like the Foot Clan. The Foot Clan would come at you, and then like it was actually, I think it was an arcade game at one time too.
That's awesome.
Like I'd probably be tough too. Like, I have to throw NBA Jams. NBA Jams would have to be like, oh man, it'd be like
that's a good one.
I think with like Ninja, like I'm a big Ninja Turtle person, so like those two would probably be so tight at 5th. I don't know if I could separate them.
I got you.
Because I mean, come on, who didn't want to jump up in the air and like spike the ball through the hoop while it was on fire?
Got that right.
like as a kid, bro, like that was amazing. Your ball's on fire. He's heating up.
Amazing.
He's heating up. Because I mean, other than that, man, I played like, oh my god, I don't even remember what they were called back. Was that live when they had the Bulls versus Trailblazers was on the front cover? Remember?
Oh man, I can't
remember playing that. I played that. I think like Sonic was another big one. Sonic the Hedgehog was another one. Yeah. But those top 5 that I named were probably the games I played. Living Death. I think my Def Jam Vendetta game actually.
It melted?
I played for so long. It got so hot that it melted the game.
Yo, I've never heard of that before.
I've literally, like, it didn't melt like boom down to nothing, but it like literally melted the cartridge and the system stopped working.
Insane.
Okay, here you go. What game would you like to see in the near future for a game, either new or a comeback from an older game?
Midnight Club. That racing franchise was amazing.
He wants to be. Thinks he's Tony Montana.
Man,
I didn't see it. Sorry.
That soundtrack was incredible. That's probably one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in a video game. But just the creativeness to really break down to what you want to add to your car, like that game right there made me fall in love with a racing game. Need for Speed was good at the time, but Midnight Club was on a different level. It was a different level. I missed that game.
I think if I had to do that one, that's tough. Honestly, I think if they would, if I had to choose one, it'd have to probably be a Double Dragon game, or actually no, I would love to see Def Jam Vendetta come out in the graphics nowadays.
Yeah, with the original rappers.
Yes,
not today. Not today.
No, because they wouldn't even be able to say nothing on the track. You all you hear is blah 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 blah. Sound like Mushmouth from what's I can't even think. What is the movie? Yeah, Fat Albert.
Oh snap!
Baba Balloon.
Oh man.
But other question, I missed it. So if you guys weren't introduced, which would you be doing right now? I'd probably be I ain't gonna lie right now. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would still doing the video game thing, but I wouldn't be streaming, or I wouldn't be able to get the word out as broad as I wanted to. But gaming is in the blood. I'd be playing video games since I was 5. I had family members that introduced me to gaming, so no matter where I went, even when I was younger, I used to pack up my PlayStation 2 and take it to my grandmom's house, hook it up to her TV, and we'd have my cousins around the TV set. So
that was the
gaming
worst though. That was
for
the
real?
worst from house to house, bro. I hated packing that thing up.
Oh yeah. But that was definitely for me. I think that would gaming in general would still be one of my passions. And I think that would still.
I would definitely. There's no doubt. Like gaming will never stop. My wife always tells me asks me when I'm gonna grow up. Like I am growing up. I said, but I'm never gonna stop gaming. Like
Yeah,
there's people older than me out here gaming right now. Like get off my back.
exactly. We don't grow up, we evolve. How about that one?
Yeah, right. We just learn.
Exactly.
Should be able to do them now, Phineas. No, I mean, is there any other questions that you guys want from Beast Mode? Not we will. Man, eat or whatever he needs to do. Get his stream going. His link is in the chat. So guys, if you would please go smack that follow button. Get to catch him on stream and have some fun. They ask if you have played
I have, and I heard there's something new coming out. And once that comes out, oh, you already know I'm on that. That's gonna be crazy.
Not a Halo guy. I have an issue with like futuristic stuff. I don't know what it is. Because I had a problem with that. Like I'm a big COD player. I mean a big COD player. I mean I haven't played as much as much as two recently for some reason. Like I've been just fucking Madden.
I got you.
Why? But recently I've been like really getting back into COD. Like last night, really filled the blood again. We played Warzone for the first time. Well, it was like my second time playing like the real version, not like Plunder or anything. And I got into it. I went off. I had like a 7 kill. We had a 7 kill. I had a 7 kills.
Nice.
So I was hamming. I had almost 3,000 damage. I was going off. I was so pumped. Like I could feel the blood like running. I was like, bro, it's been such a long time since I felt the run.
Yeah.
And I was like, it really got me going on. So next question you have here is, what is your favorite piece of
That's that's a tough one because that's a broad question. There's a lot of different answers I get for this one.
I already got mine.
I don't know. If you want to answer that one, go ahead.
I'm taking my baby sitting next to me here. I'm gonna show you that thing. Yeah, that thing lit up over there like a blue icicle. Yeah, that's my baby. That's my favorite piece of equipment. There is nothing else besides my camera except for streaming down. And my camera. My camera is definitely one of my pieces. Something I've been wanting for a while.
Got you.
That PC over there, that thing right there is my baby. I don't even let kids get near it. If they go to touch, I'm like, get off of it.
I would say mine has to be my Stream Deck. Just using that piece of equipment has allowed me to really enhance my streams. Adding the different sound effects, different transition screens, just different things I've been able to add on to the stream. Like if I have somebody that's been like a big supporter of the program or just a big supporter of the stream, I have this thing. It's like a legend sign that comes up with fireworks and all that. And there's a new song that came out with Jadakiss, Queen Latifah.
Oh my God, Queen Latifah.
Yeah, bro.
UNITY.
It's called Living Legend.
Oh,
so they came out. Yeah, it was awesome. It's a really good song. But that chorus I use, and it, anybody that's a legend is part of our, Beast program or Beast community. I bring it up on the screen, and it's like a little party to them,
Yeah.
But that Stream Deck changed a lot for me.
That Stream Deck is a game changer. It makes a lot of things way easier. We're gonna be doing another one. We do these every Monday and Thursday, 7 p.m. And when you get on it, you are probably gonna have to get on in August because we are booked.
Nice.
Which is crazy. Like I don't have anybody in August yet. but I'm sure it won't take long to fill up because it didn't take me long, all 2 months. We just started.
Good stuff.
I'm always looking. Like I said, but if there's no more questions, I'm gonna let him shout out what he needs to shout out because I'm sure he's got something he wants to throw out there at the end of this. That and I will have all his links down in the description. His community, Twitter, his Twitch. If there's anything else that he has, his Facebook for his all that stuff. All that stuff will be down below box. You guys can go check it out once we get the video uploaded, which it will go live tomorrow morning sometime, I would think. Let him do his thing and get out of here.
Sounds good. Real quick, I appreciate you, Smee, for this opportunity, man. It means a lot to me. The business of the push has been pushing a lot of stuff in the community as much as we possibly can, and being able to have so much support, from streamers like you, content creators like you, the Twitch community. It means a lot to me. Like I said before, when I first started out, I didn't know where I was going. I don't know who I was going to be able to connect to. I wasn't sure I didn't think this was going to be this big, but we're still growing, and we wouldn't be able to do what we do for our community if it wasn't for Twitch and the community that we have be able to build around that. We're continuing to look for mentors, look for anybody that wants to be a part of the movement. We also have a
Sign me up.
highlight. You already know I got you, bro. All right. Yeah, you already know. We also have a Beast Mode highlight reel that we do every week, and it's for anybody to be a part of it. So if you want to be a part of that too, Smee, if you got something that you want to share on your from your clips.
I got a clip last night, boy. I had a snipe last night, boy. You wouldn't even believe it. The whole bro, the chat went nuts. My team went nuts. They're like, dude, how did you even hit him? I'm like, bro.
But yeah, we definitely
I'm clutch. I'm clutch. Mr. Clutch. I really kept debating if I wanted to change my name to that because I keep doing some clutch things, and I'm like, man, I just need to be Mr. Clutch.
Hey, it could be your AKA. You never know.
AKA.
But no, I truly do appreciate the opportunity, man. It really does mean a lot to me. We definitely have to connect pretty soon after this whole thing is done, so we can get up there. You can come see the youth center, and we can really make this thing big, man.
Bring the camera down and vlog it, bro.
Definitely.
Vlog it because I got the new camera now. I got the tripod and all that stuff for it. It all came together, so all set to just.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I appreciate you stopping on. It was fun having you on. Definitely a great interview. We had some technical difficulties, but guess what? You were the first one that gets to experience that with me.
It's our first for everything. I appreciate that, though.
Literally, never had a problem. First night, I'm just like, oh, okay. They're like, yo, your mic's cut down. I'm like, oh. And I look on there, I'm like, oh shit, I got the wrong name on there. I had to adjust that. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a learning process. It's still learning. Like this is first time doing not the first show, but this is I think episode 5. I want to say.
Nice.
So say that we're at episode 5. I think that means we're got some kind of thing going. Usually, if you can get to episode 5, you're all right. You're all right.
Yeah.
Might not be great yet, but we're there. We're getting there. But like I said, I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate what you do inside the community for the kids. I'm a big kid guy, so see somebody actually take the time to try to write some of these kids that just don't have or aren't given the right direction, their product, their environment. See somebody stick their neck out there and push that, and have that are willing to help you with that. Like that's tremendous. And
I appreciate it.
Big ups to you, and thanks for being that person, man.
Thank you, man. It's an honor. I do my best to do what I can do.
Hey, you're doing something right if it's growing. It's growing. You got kids got kids graduating. You got kids wanting to step up and be leaders. That's huge because most of those kids are followers. Make that mind switch to a leader's mind is not easy. Very not.
True.
Like, I mean, I got my own daughter that I'm sure she's a follower, and I see it, and I've never been that way. I was raised always so,
Gotcha.
and I'm trying to get her mind to go to see why to be a leader, why not to
Yeah.
follow. You follow you follow the wrong person, you're gonna be in a bad spot, and you might not even do nothing, still get in
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to
Very true.
teach her, and like I said, it's not an easy that much time into effort into kids getting their minds switched to a different direction, seeing there's more to life than what they may be seeing at home or seeing out in the streets is huge. Because
Yeah.
we definitely need that for our younger generation to prosper and become what they're meant to become. So, like I
Definitely.
said, man, big ups to you and I appreciate you stopping on the street, giving me an opportunity to interview, giving these people out here the opportunity to get to know that it's just not content creation going on the platform, more to it.
Definitely.
They don't see. And that was one of my biggest things when I came to you. I was like, bro, like, get you on. Like, this is different. This is huge. People need to know about this. And I think people seeing these types of things happening from us, just content creating, is huge because they're like, well, I think you can click some other people's minds and, well, what I do, or what is there for me to do. And that's the thing, is everybody has to find their niche and what they're able to do. My thing I love to do is charity.
Yeah.
I'm a big charity worker. I love charity. I do big things. I do big streams on here for I do it for breast cancer, and I want to start adding to that list, like um other kids with cancer and stuff like that, like involved in that. That that's There's more to it, people. There really is, and he's proof. I'm proof that you can do something big on this platform. You don't even have to have the biggest voice. You don't have to be the guy with all the numbers. Like, they get 20,000 or whatever they raise. Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
You raise what you raise, still helping cause out of whatever you're into. So don't
Agreed.
look at your numbers. Don't look at don't be like, oh, I'm little, I'm not going to get hurt. Nah, because if you get the right people around you, get the right community around you, your community will take care of you.
Oh yeah.
And it's
100%.
proof. I've watched him with his thing, hit his goal. My last goal, we last time we ran the suicide prevention stream, hit over $1,000. I'm
Amazing.
not big, bro. I'm not big. We're sitting here with 7 viewers right now. Not worried about that. I'm so glad I learned to push myself away from that. I'm
Yeah.
so glad. It makes streaming so much easier. It
I
makes it
agree.
so much makes it makes it more positive. It really does, because you sit and look at that number, you'll become as toxic as this platform can be real
Man.
quick. Because I'm
That,
telling you, I'm not gonna lie, I experienced it. What is it? It's probably been over 2 months now. I took a 30-day break. I was eating people in Madden, smashing them, smashing. People winning, scoring. I still hated it. I was still mad at the world. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still hating it. Like, I'm still not enjoying myself. I was
yeah.
so wrapped up into that, and then wrapped up in what I had going on personally. I was like, you know what? I gotta do something. Like, I'm going to see a therapist. What? Like, I'm going to see a therapist. I don't know how to deal with this shit. That's what I did. I stepped away from everything. Took away from all social media. Got everything cleared up. Got my mind settled, and figured out how to adapt to things. That's the biggest thing. How to adapt.
Yeah.
If you can
Yeah.
adapt. You can adapt, bro. It'll happen in time. Like, it's not gonna happen overnight. It really is not. You might get that lucky call and you might get lucky and it pops. You might not get lucky and you go 4 or 5 months without having one viewer. I doubt that happens, but it can. And
Yeah.
you learn how to adapt and change. You have to do different than the next guy. All right.
Yep. 100%. 100%. I agree with that.
We're gonna end that right here and let him go do what he gotta do, because I know he looks like he's itching over there. That controller's in his hand, ready to play. He needs to go shoot some people.
You already know I got to destroy your hobbies real quick.
All right, so we're gonna end it right here. and we will be back next Monday with Henry, 17-year-old Madden Pro
That's gonna be
protege coming up. So, I mean, I know a lot of you guys don't play Madden, might not play Madden, but we will have him here live, which is huge. Another big interview. So might get nervous again. You know, he's 17, I'm 36 almost. I got nervous last time because I had my favorite streamer on Monday. I was nervous and shit. I got up. I was like, damn, I'm sweating and everything. I was like, bro, come on, bro. You're better than that. But we're going to let him get out of here. Like I said, all his links will be down in the description below. We will have the video live tomorrow. We end up trying to really edit it, and then it might take a little bit longer. But we're going to try to see what we can get out of it. We're probably going to edit it because it is about an hour and 40. But that's it. Peace.